Welcome to the Heart to Heartland podcast. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to our 20th episode.
Oh my gosh.
Can you
What the
believe?
heck? I know. That's crazy. It's so good to have you back, though.
Thank you.
Yes, how was your vacation?
It was good, but it's good to be home as well.
Yeah.
Because I like
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
little routine.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. I
So
agree.
how was your first solo episode?
It felt incredibly weird talking to myself for that. But you know what was even weirder? Editing.
Yeah.
Editing, it was just like I can no longer listen to my own voice without wanting to vomit, projectile vomit.
Yeah.
So but you know what? It was an experience, and now I know that I can do it next time. If there's ever, I'm sure there'll be a time again where if you can't make it, I know I can do it. So yeah. But I definitely missed you because I wanted your opinion on things too. So it would be cool if we did like a scrapbook episode with both of us looking, but it's so hard because of, where we live and all.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday.
Yes,
we've
someday.
talked about, seeing again at some point. But...
We've done it before. I'm sure we can do it again.
Yeah.
Someday, somehow.
It was fun to listen to your stories because I knew some of them, but some of them were kind of new, especially the old ones, because we didn't like know back then.
Yeah,
but
I think I knew of you, but we weren't like friends. I would say like we probably knew each other on Twitter or whatever, but not well at all. Yeah,
I remember seeing some of those pictures and being like, knowing about you, but then you were almost like the characters of the show, like
stop it.
You were somewhere out there, but like I wasn't like.
Oh my gosh, honored. Yeah. So honored.
So I enjoyed that episode.
I'm glad. Thank you.
It was interesting to see like what is she gonna say about this, and I know
and
something about this.
When editing, I spilled a lot of tea, and I edited a good chunk of it out because I'm like, what can I say that could kind of get me in trouble, but not a lot, and what will for sure get me in trouble, and I'll have to go into witness protection. So then I had to edit those out. As much as I'd love to spill tea for everyone, I don't know how long I would survive a witness protection.
Yeah. Well, I think you did like okay, but like I don't think FBI is coming for you or anything, but
I hope at CBC's FBI.
Yeah.
So one time I really got in trouble with CBC, which is why I was like so reluctant to like edit this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. But they like straight up got incredibly angry about something I posted on the internet, and I had to delete it. And I've been like, I know. So then when I was filming this, I'm like, well, I changed my phone number so they can't call and yell at me now. We do have a good chunk of updates today because of, how we filmed this past couple weeks and stuff, but we have a lot of exciting things to talk about today. One of them being Aiden's Howdy from Hudson, I think that's what it's called, right? Howdy from Hudson podcast, and he's already confirmed Amber, Michelle, Alicia, Gabe, and Madison as guests.
No Gabe.
Was it? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it was Gabe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I thought it maybe would have been Gabe. Okay, I could be totally wrong, but I know for sure
it would be funny if he was doing it with Gabe because they were both.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not 100%, but I remember.
Me neither at this point.
Thinking,
but I was pretty sure because he was the only male. He was the only. Oh my god! I don't know then. I know. Well, when she's checking, we'll talk. Well, Gabe's also doing that Australian Rave It Up podcast, which I'm excited for because I hope they dive into season 15, and I want to hear his perspective on like the Lou and Peter situation.
Okay, you were right. It says Gabe is one of the confirmed.
Okay, that's awesome. Sorry. Because I'm really excited. Because he doesn't do a lot of interviews and not necessarily about Heartland. So I'm extremely like intrigued to see what he thinks about Heartland.
Yeah, me too.
What's going to be happening.
Because we always hear about like Michelle's perspective of the Lou and Peter relationship and Peter character's
Yeah.
Like, but we don't really know much about
No.
Gabe's perspective
Yeah.
because he doesn't, or they
No.
don't do a lot of DVD
Yeah.
interviews with him either.
It's interesting because I've always, it's like they even have more Jessica Steen now than they do of Gabe,
Yeah.
which is hilarious to me, but also kind of sad because he has been there since season 2. And
Yeah.
so
And
we've had all
he's
this time
married
and we
to
don't.
Lou or what?
Right. And he's been on like the posters, okay? He's been on the season 6 poster for sure.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Whereas Lisa,
And he was also in season 5, stupid season 5 poster too, which is actually really pretty. I like the season 5 poster. But anyways, so I'm excited to have Gabe maybe spill some tea
yeah.
about season 15 and what he thinks about like Team Mitch and Team Peter.
Yeah. Aiden's podcast is premiering on October, I think.
Also close to the premiere.
Yeah. But I don't know about the Rave It Up interview, but
also there's no more info on that yet.
Yeah, we'll let you know when that happens.
Perfect. That's exciting.
Yeah. And then we have kind of in the same vein, well, this is going to be somewhat late news at the point when you're
hearing this. Yeah. Unfortunately,
but at the same time, it's happening in the future, so
right,
still kind of relevant.
I don't know. Yeah.
But last Thursday, or for us this upcoming Thursday, you are able to submit questions to Amber, Sean, and Chris because they're doing this virtual fan event, kind of like they did last year.
Right, because that went so well.
Yeah, that was with Amber, Michelle, and Sean. So this time it's with Chris.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I'm excited about that. I do love Chris. We don't see too much of him either.
And what they said about it was, since we don't have an in-person fan event planned for the season, we are preparing a virtual launch event with some of the cast that will be shared as a live premiere on YouTube. So I would imagine that sometime.
Oh, it's definitely pre-recorded then. I doubt it'll actually be live because it never is. Really.
Yeah, but like live premiere.
They're trying to first of all advertise for their season and save the blog.
Yeah.
Simultaneously. And I don't know if either of those are going to work.
Yeah, and I think this is just video questions.
Oh, so you have to visually like record yourself asking questions?
Last time it was just like text questions, comments and stuff like that. Well, like I said, at this point it's too late for you, but like
when you're hearing this it's too late.
But just know that that's coming sometime in October. I think maybe during that weekend.
I'm assuming they're gonna be like diving into like season 15 stuff, so I doubt they can release anything until then. I'm assuming, because I'm quite certain that CBC has a hand in it to make sure that whatever they're saying. I mean, come on, they like Ty's death, for crying out loud. Who? I will never get over that.
And why?
Who does that?
Ask these questions so in advance, unless it wasn't like.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But little news from the set. Michelle is directing, I'm assuming, next blog.
Yeah.
Maybe one or...
Well, she's prepping now, so I'm assuming. I don't know if she's doing one block or one episode. So we'll see when we see, I guess.
And the next episodes they're filming after this week are, of course, episodes 7 and 8. So they're halfway through the season already.
Oh my gosh. So when does filming end then?
The last day of shooting season 15.
I think it was the 15th,
is September 21st.
21st? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So
they still have a little ways to go. Interesting. 7, 8, 9, 10, so 4 episodes, which would be 4 weeks.
Yeah. I think the reason why they're filming this in advance is also because, they're nearing the end of this filming.
They are actually.
So, So, they have to do it at some point. And I think maybe they're going to do it like they did last year, like when they did that whole thing with Amber, Michelle, and Sean, they also did the
Right.
promo pictures for that season.
Okay.
On the same
Well, that's
weekend.
so it's supposed to be submitted by Thursday. What did the blog say? How long after that until we wait for a response? Which is are we waiting until the premiere for it?
It just says your questions will be answered as part of a larger special that will celebrate the new season and the 225th episode of Heartland. It will be exclusively shared live on the official Heartland YouTube channel before Heartland season 15 starts.
Oh, so it really could be any time between
Yeah.
now and then, because they don't really.
Yeah.
That's incredibly interesting.
And then they said, we will let you know the exact date of the screening in the near future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, on the note of Michelle, did you see that big birthday card that Jessica Steen made her?
Yes. Like
the most artsy thing. I remember when she first posted a picture of her on her story, I'm like, I have like Jessica Steen totally made that. Like I have 100% feeling. And then she posted about it like days later saying that Jessica Steen made it for her. And I don't know if you guys like screenshotted it so you could read some of the things that she said that people had said in the card. And so I edited the photo so that I could read some of the responses. And so this one's from Amber. 20 plus 20 equals what an amazing journey it has been to be your sister for the last decade and a half. Here's to many more years of learning, love, and memories. That's from Amber.
Mm.
Sean, I really have a hard time reading.
I can't believe you're even able to read these, because I watched the video and I just saw like little lines and I thought like, oh, would be fun to kind of know what they wrote. But
girl, when I want to know something, I know something. So Sean says, hello, pretty. It's only the beginning. I can't read what he's saying. I don't know. It got really messy, but he says, hello, pretty. It's only the beginning. And then something else. And it says, love, Shawnee. And then, so Emmy and Ruby also signed it too, which is really cute. And then the rest of it is basically the crew. Oh, Chris Potter did one. You've reached a milestone with beauty, grace, and accomplishment. That was from Chris, which was really sweet. And then Wayne signed it. The other Michelle Nolden. Michelle Nolden did. But yeah, that's the only crew members I see. But tons and tons of the only cast members. Oh, and Dean as well. But yeah, it was mainly crew, but a couple of cast.
That's so.
But I spent my time reading the whole thing.
Yeah, like I remember seeing, like you said, like Michelle posted this earlier, and I thought like, well, that's funny.
Like, yeah.
And then she was like, well, Jessica had this made. What
a good friend she is. Yeah. I was like, yes, absolutely. Yeah. As if I know.
Made it all like 10 times better.
Well, it looks like she had like a birthday party because she was showing the cake that she got and that she was having some friends over. So I think we know who that included, because I mean she was in Calgary.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. Alicia turned 20. Michelle turned 40. Carrie turned 35 yesterday.
Yeah. Like time flies.
Yeah, it really does fly. We're not saying they're old, but we're just noting on how like 15 seasons, time is flying by. It's crazy.
Yeah. And one of the little clues we got from the set was also that Dark Horse in some form is back.
Which is so exciting. I loved it in season 5.
Yeah, me too. It looks like Amy's maybe working with someone who is competing in Dark Horse event or something.
That's what I was thinking.
And I think,
well, at first I thought it was Alicia on the horse.
Yeah.
But it's not. At first because I mean, I guess she still isn't on set, but I thought it was Alicia at first.
Yeah. And there was this scene they were filming with, I think it was Chris, Michelle Nolden, Michelle Morgan, Amber, and one of the twins.
Right.
Watching
and Jessica
her
Steen.
perform. Yeah.
Yeah. So that looks pretty cool. And whatever, and it looked like they were throwing some sort of event. There was like those picnic tables, and it was Michelle Knowles and Chris Potter and Jessica Steen in that particular photo. So I don't know what they're doing, but it looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, everything we've kind of gotten to know about this season, or the little clues, just gets me more and more excited. And
right? Like, I'm on cloud 9 over here. It's absolutely...
I'm so ready.
Yes. I'm very, like, so excited. And I'm definitely going to film some of my reactions to it, because that's gonna keep this authentic. That's for sure.
Yeah. Then we have some little updates. Cindy Busby adopted a dog called Susie.
Oh.
It's a rescue dog, so
good for her.
Yeah, I think she was fostering it before. Actually adopting. Like,
interesting. Good for her.
I think that tends to happen, like, when you're fostering an animal, and then
you fall in love with
oh, gotta keep them.
Yeah.
And then Siobhan Williams, who played Jamie, has another single out called "In Love with Your Lies." If you're interested in hearing her sing, she had another single out earlier this year.
I heard that one. Yeah.
I haven't heard this one yet, but and then Aiden passed his Canadian
citizenship. Yeah, he's now a Canadian citizen.
It was funny, like, the way he posted those videos, like, why do I need to know this?
He's comic relief, that's for sure. But it's interesting to me because the Helen, I cannot for the life of me pronounce her last name, who played Olivia, was the only non-Canadian ever on the show, because she was born in she was born in California. But she lives in Canada now, but she was born there.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
She's technically, like, she was technically an American. I'm not sure if she's a Canadian citizen or whatever now. So besides her, I guess Aiden's the only one who isn't Canadian, which is interesting. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah, I think that's all, unless you have anything to add.
Oh, I'm gonna tell my story now. So I forgot to tell you guys this in my scrapbook episode, and I had notes about it, and of course I totally forgot. But the September 2017 Fans Day that I went to, and I mentioned that was my first time on set alone because I had turned 18. So it was about like 7 a.m. and I'm calling an Uber to pick me up and take me to set. And anyone who's done fans on set, they give you this, the map, and they give you directions of how to get there. They don't really give you an exact address. I don't know why. So I give this to my Uber driver, assuming that someone who drives an Uber or a cab or whatever would know how to read a map. Nay. You know, so on these instructions, the very last one says park by the cones when you get to set. So I don't know what this guy was on, but you know where he took me? To an ice cream store at 7 a.m.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. There's cones. Jesus.
I had to, like, I was like, okay, sir, clearly this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I was so mad. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Were you
so
late?
Then we actually get to set. Oh yeah, of course I was. We actually get to set when he actually decides to listen to me and listen to the instructions on the paper. And there's cones there, right? Like the cones where you're supposed to park, like the instruction says. So I get out and I was like, sir, that's a cone. And I didn't give him a tip.
Wow. For a good reason.
Who? Why do I want ice cream at 7 a.m., first of all? It wasn't even open.
Yeah,
why are you taking me to an ice cream place
as if
at 7 a.m.?
Have said, like, take me to somewhere where I can get ice cream. Or
well, I told him, I said, I'm going to a film set. These are the instructions to get there. Like, oh my gosh. And this is why I leave early. Like, I left early and I was still late. I can't.
Well, this time it wasn't because of you.
No, it wasn't my fault. And at that event, though, funnily enough, I'm like waiting for an Uber and I'm like praying that it's not the same guy. But then these fans were nice enough to literally, like, these strangers I never met before drove me back to my hotel. So, yeah.
Yeah, thankfully.
Dude.
Because who knows where you would have
Right?
ended up.
Right? I was just like, oh my gosh, if this guy's gonna get annoyed with me and kick me out, or I'm gonna get annoyed with him and kick him out. So
I've never used an Uber, but do you rate the driver?
yeah, you can rate the driver, and then because you don't pay cash, it all goes through your phone, right? So you just it goes from one account to the next. So once you're done your Uber ride, it asks if you want to rate the driver or send them a tip, and I was like, no. I already had to pay like $70 to get from my hotel to set because this idiot drove in circles, and that's why I had to pay so much. It's like, yeah, you're not getting a tip. I already gave you a tip.
Yeah, like
So
the fact that I even like paid for this.
Right? Yeah. He should be happy to ask for a refund and then took his car and make him walk because that's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was not a good start to the day, but it ended up being the best day I've ever had on set. So
yeah, well, it can only go up from there. I mean,
literally,
yeah.
Yeah.
So this week, we thought we'd talk about the interactive, I don't know, media that's been around the show. I don't know what to call that, but like, there's been a lot of things actually. Like I made a list about the things I remembered, and then I went online and looked up stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Like, I would say, to my knowledge, Heartland has been pretty like active when it comes to like these kind of online stuff.
What I found so interesting about it is because at the time when Heartland started in 2006, 2007, 2008, they had the Facebook and Twitter. That was before all those things were cool. You know?
Yeah. I just wrote down like way back, like when they started back in 2007, like of course they started with the blog.
Right.
And they've been doing that since. And back then I think they had, or maybe that was later.
It was
farm.
Oh, the ranch game?
No.
On Facebook?
It was like a message board.
Really?
Yeah, because that's how I got involved with the fandom.
Was that on Facebook or?
No, that was on their site. But then it got shut because, you know, the show grew. There were a lot of fans.
Right.
You know, it was out of control. So
yeah.
So that's the first thing I remember. Like, I remember always being excited about Thursdays. You know, because there were, like, even when the show wasn't like airing, they always had like things to entertain the fans.
Really interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Or games or something.
Yeah, and then whenever the show was airing, they always posted stills.
Yeah.
Like little teasers, and then later on that grew into like the first looks and trailers and stuff like that. But lately they haven't really done a lot of like there's still those like first minute stuff, but
that's basically it though, because the blogs are about 2 sentences long. And they don't tweet from set anymore. There's literally nothing happening on Twitter.
Yeah. Like the Twitter was also good, like way back in the day. There was always like, whenever they were filming, there were like little clues like, today they're filming scenes with Jack and Tim and they're arguing about something. And
and the props needed on set was like so and so, and it would always be day 6 of 15, starting at 8:30. We have so-and-so on set. We're at this particular location. Like, nothing too spoilery, but just like, you know, the stuff that you find on people's Instagram, like what Amber posts, you can tell where they are by what she posted. Those kinds of simple things. I miss that because it's just those little things that you put the pieces together. And I mean, like, it cannot be about spoiling things because they leaked the biggest spoiler of all time. So they cannot tell me that they're trying not to spoil things.
Yeah. And those always got like fans talking like, okay, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And okay, so does that mean that this character is there? Or, like,
Right.
um, but that also like faded away like a couple of years
100%.
ago.
End of season 11 is when that finished. That's when they everything shifted.
It would have been fun to see how they would have tweeted, or what they would have tweeted like way back in the day, like season 1,
right?
Or season 2, or all those. And then at the same time during season 14, like people would have, like, I remember like even during season 10 and 11, like when Graham was away a lot, like people were keeping tabs, like the last time you mentioned Graham was July 7th, like where is he, like
at 7:07 p.m. 10 seconds in. That's the last time we've heard of him. We want a video of him so we know he's alive. Not at gunpoint. We want him to like willingly want to say it.
Yeah, so season 14 would have been wild because as it was, it already was.
They could have honestly controlled what the narrative about it if they would have actually tweeted. Because if they would have tweeted like, oh, Graham's on set this day, even if it was lies, just to keep everyone calm and keep everyone off of the massive spoiler they had. Like, they could have totally turned it around and posted pictures of Graham on set, like, see, he's alive, he's fine, but they didn't.
Yeah, or something
let everyone
like
sit in their misery.
Like, Amy's at the fishing cabin and thinking about, you know, the times with Ty or something, like, kind of like he's there but not. Like, I don't know. But then apparently, as I was doing research, I found out that back in 2008, which was around season 2, they had a podcast. Did you know about this?
What?
Yeah, like way back.
Podcasts were a thing?
Yeah.
In 2008? Oh my god, who had a podcast?
Well, 2 fans, apparently.
Stop.
Yeah, called Vanessa and Shelby.
What?
They're Canadian fans.
How did you find that?
It's on the blog. Like, I was just going back.
You went far.
Yeah.
You went far. You went dangerously far.
And I only found out that they had done 3 episodes. Of course, the links were, you know, expired by now, so I didn't have a chance to listen to it. But in the first episode, apparently, they talked to Amber and Graham. And then in the second episode, they talked to Jessica, Emily, and Cindy. And in the third episode, they talked to Chen Grant. So we're not the first fans to...
No, but apparently we're not important enough to get celebrity guests like they are. But I mean, that was at the start. No one cared.
Yeah, and I think maybe they were doing that, you know, with CBC. I mean,
for sure.
This is independent production.
Yeah, so. And I don't think they like us, so that's okay.
Yeah. And then during the same year, Michelle was doing video diaries.
Yes, I loved those.
Yeah,
loved
me
those.
Too.
Yes, especially the one with Amber, and I like the one with Nathaniel as well.
There were videos, but she also posted some pictures, like when they were shooting at the Dude Ranch, and like
her season 4 pictures when she used to post on her website and she used to blog on her website. It was probably from season 3 to 5, I think, before she had kids is when she was active. She had some of the coolest pictures on set. She has my favorite pictures from season 4. Some of the pictures on her website. Really, just I love when she was active then.
Yeah, I remember she posted stuff when she was pregnant with Mara, and then, you know, of course, you know, children take over, and you know, she doesn't have that much time in her hands.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now it's more like Instagram, so. But I remember loving her blog because, you know, all these pictures and, you know, just hearing her perspective of everything.
Yeah, I'd still read those. And if she did them,
Yeah,
I'd still.
too. And then 2011, Mallory had Twitter account called Mallory Land. And I think this was, she had it like, let me see, for 2 years or something. And I remember that was around the time that I joined the fandom.
Right.
And
Yes.
when she followed me, I was like freaking
God.
out. Like, obviously it was not Mallory, but like someone doing.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. As a fan, as a person in a fandom, you would know that that's a big deal when that happens.
Like when I was just getting started,
Yeah.
and then she followed me, and she's my favorite, and
yes,
I remember being freaked out, and she had like, or she posted like randomly like a couple of lines, like
it was never anything. It was kind of dead, but
it was something like when riding with Phoenix, and then sometimes there were like jokes and stuff like that, but that was kind of, I feel like, the start of those like character social media posts.
It was almost like the start of the whole social media thing. Like, I think everything kind of took off after the season 5, season 6, because I mean, you're gonna tell us about it anyways.
Yeah, but it's still out there if anyone wants to read. And I didn't read much, but I just like scrolled to see how long she had done that. And then 2012, they had this game for iPhone. Did you?
The ranch game?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like 12 at the time. I didn't have a phone, and I don't know if it worked on computer.
I don't think so. I think it was exclusively
for
iPhone.
A phone game. Yeah.
And I have had an Android, so I
was 12. I didn't have a phone. Yeah, but I knew of it, and I had seen other people play it that I knew, and there was like demonstrations about it on the blog and stuff. Like, it was really cool, and it was quite popular during that time. Everyone and their cousin that I knew in the Heartland fandom played it, and was like, "Oh, why don't you play? I'm a child with no phone. Like, I can't play it."
Yeah, and the graphics were cute.
Yes.
And they really looked like the characters.
Yes. Absolutely. They had Amy, Jack, and Lou. Those were the 3 they had. I don't remember. Like I said, I
think Ty and Mallory were at least in the picture that I can remember. But I don't know if you could play with them, because like I said, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they had a Minecraft thing happening too at some point.
Yeah, we'll get to that later on. But then the same year, Lou started blogging.
Oh, Mom's the Word.
Yeah, she kept going till 2015. So that's a long time.
2015. So that was 2012 to 2015?
Yeah.
Okay, that is I read those. Did you always read those too?
Yeah.
Those entries on her blog?
I don't think it's still out there, but I have I think maybe all of them saved on my blog. But it's I think the writers must have done those like while they were writing the scripts.
Oh, for sure.
Because they were always posted around the episode. Like let's say Katie had problems learning stuff, or Lou was worried, then she would write a blog post about that, after the episode had aired. And I remember people were commenting under the post, and I was like, I always thought, like, do they think this is real, that she's, or are they just in on the joke? Or
well, and I mean, people would always interact in the comments as if they were like they knew her, or they were like related to her, like, oh, hi, Lou. And it's like, obviously some of them were probably like, oh, we're fans, but I bet some of those people were actual moms who like thought they were reading a mom blog or something.
Yeah, like those were a big thing back then, like those mom blogs.
Yeah, so they were.
Yeah. A year later, 2013, they had that Heartland app for season 7.
My favorite, my absolute favorite out of all of the things they've ever done.
Yeah, I love that, even though I didn't have that. But I had a couple of people from the fandom who were kind enough to post that stuff.
Right, there
So
were,
the rest of our
yeah.
rest of the world could see, because that was geo-blocked. So
Right,
that,
it was only for Canadians, right? Because it was synced to the episode, so as you're watching it is when the content would happen. So yeah, I guess it would only be, it was exclusive to Canada, unfortunately.
because during commercials there were like trivia questions and
Yes.
like little clips, like deleted scenes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I was like, I want to see this.
That app, I can't, what was the name of it? Do you remember? There
I
was a
think it was
particular,
just Heartland app. I don't know.
gosh. What I remember the most about that app is that that app was the reason that the season 7 finale was spoiled for me, because since it was so the different time zones in Canada, so the first episode airs at like probably like 5 p.m. to like 9 p.m. So
Right.
the app goes on a cycle, right, for each hour. So when I'm logging into it, so it's like 6 whatever my time, so it technically wasn't airing yet, but it was in other provinces. So I'm seeing the things that I shouldn't be seeing because I'm not watching the episode. And so the very first thing that popped up was this video of Jack asking Lisa to marry him.
And you're
I was like,
freaking out.
yes. I was like, no. I would not believe they were getting married. I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, this is a joke. So then I'm like, at this point, I already know that. So let's just read the rest of the content. And I was shook. I was like, no, because there's pictures of them getting married and all this info on what they're wearing. And I'm like, this is a awful joke. Like, if this, I was just freaking out, and I'm like calling my friends, right? I'm like, did you see this? And just freaking out about it. Like, that app had so much good content in it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's no longer, available,
Yeah.
but it had like also like I don't know what to call them, like
There was
blueprints.
contests too,
Yeah.
because you could win stuff at the when the app was all said and done. Whoever had like the most points from like the various questions they had or trivia won an Heartland belt buckle. I remember
Oh.
that. Yeah. So whenever that app was done, I know there was a name for it. There was a particular name for it. I can't remember.
I just remember it being like the Heartland Interactive app or something like that.
I wonder if that's what it was called. And I honestly can't even remember. I think you had to download it. God, that's forever ago now.
Let me check.
I loved that app.
It was called the Heartland Companion app.
Yes, I knew it started with a C. Yes, sweet.
Yeah.
How did you find that? Was it on Google?
It's on my blog.
Stop.
Yeah, I just went back and like the first post about the app. So
do you still have like screenshots from the app on your blog?
Yeah, and I have some of the videos, like the
Girl, you gotta post that on our Instagram.
Yeah,
on our
I might.
podcast.
Yeah. Then 2014, they had Amy's journals.
Yes.
I think they did that for a year or so.
Yeah.
Basically, I think there might be still online. I don't
probably
remember. Yeah, but she was just like talking about the the problems she was facing with her client horses, and
right,
how she dealt with those, and it was kind of like loose blog, and it was written by the writers as kind of an extension for the episodes.
Right.
We had just
I don't see it currently on the website. You'd have to go down like a deep dive into that, man.
Yeah. And then next year they started doing Georgie's Instagram, and they did that for a couple of years, and they won some awards for that.
Oh, right. Oh, well, they did that one pretty well though. It was used often at the time. But
and
yeah,
someone her age, using Instagram, that
Right.
seems like realistic. Like at first they were doing it in a way that Alicia was
Right.
being filmed.
Right.
And she was talking about all the things, relating to the latest episode.
Yeah.
And then later on, when they got feedback from the fans about that, Alicia started doing it, holding the phone and talking to it. So it would seem more
it was
authentic.
Definitely scripted, though. If
Yeah.
anyone was wondering, they were scripted.
Yeah, and
scripted.
they used that a lot between seasons 10 and 11 when Lindy was introduced, because they had these like photo shoots they had done with the first baby, who weren't the twins.
Right.
And then later on with the twins, Georgie with Lindy and Jack with Lindy and stuff like that.
Right.
So it was kind of their way of giving this content for the audience.
And kind of like for the younger generation who's who live on social media.
Yeah, and just like with Lou's blog, people were commenting under her post, like, Georgie, you got this, girl.
Basically, it was it was pretty funny. Oh, look, there's a picture of us. There's a picture of us on her Instagram. Aww. Who knew? That's so nice of her.
Yeah.
So nice. Very
and
thank you.
If you don't get that reference, it's because of the video that we have on
Watch our intro again.
Yeah. And speaking of that, actually, 2016, they started
hold
doing...
on, I don't want to... Okay, let me prepare for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to guess what I'm going to talk about?
I have no idea.
Barden Without Borders. They had this blog and videos and pictures, and part of it was done by Graham, and then part of it was done by other people, but it was basically their way of apologizing of Graham not being there, and and then it was done in a way that Ty was kind of writing it for Georgie. Right. So in the episodes when he was like, I'm gonna tell you everything and whatever he said, so that was the angle they did that with. And
they got some good internet connections in Mongolia.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've been thinking, like, like maybe the connections in the desert are not the best.
Yeah, I mean, when he would do those video calls, they were in full HD. Like, please.
Yeah, like even
I
now...
don't even get that service here where I live in town. Thanks.
Yeah, I was just about to say that whenever I post my high definition pictures to Instagram or videos, like with my 5G connection, like even I don't get those. So
same. So it's like...
But yeah,
I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm just not gonna say anything about it.
Well, it just went through season 10, like he was keeping us in the loop, like what's going on, and then obviously when he was bitten by a tick, like that stopped. Yeah, and the last thing I have written down is the Minecraft.
Yes,
or whatever
you had to pay for, I believe.
Yeah,
because Gordon tried to get me to do it, and I was like, yeah, whatever. So I tried to do it, and he didn't tell me I had to pay for it, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't care that about it.
I've never played Minecraft, so I don't really know much about that. I don't know. It looks kind of, stupid to me, but like the graphics, because I'm so into visually appealing stuff, and that was oof. So I was not even interested in that, but apparently it was a hit, I guess.
I guess so. They said it went pretty well, surprising, which is a good thing. I mean, I was genuinely surprised by it. I mean, I know quite a few people who play Minecraft, but like, I don't know, you didn't really realize it was a whole universal thing.
Yeah, and like you said, like people were playing Minecraft a lot, so it was kind of like,
Right.
well,
Yeah, I mean,
might as well.
there is still quite a bit of hype about it, honestly, even
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I don't know if they still have that option available, but
Right?
if you're
I wouldn't
a
even know where to look.
Minecrafter, like maybe
Please tell us. I don't even know what. So, like, what even was it though? Like, I think you had to pay to get these certain characters, right? And then you had to build I don't know. You had to pay to use their characters or something. And I was like,
yeah, I would think so.
I don't know. I don't like what kind of console do you play Minecraft on? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it.
No idea. But that's all I had listed. Like, is that all you can remember, or?
Well, my two favorites were, well, I never even played it, but I always loved the aesthetic of the ranch game, the one on Facebook, because it was
it was Facebook thing also.
And yeah, I always
Later
thought it was
on.
cool because I'd watch people do it because there was like videos about it. I thought it was pretty cool. But the companion app is hands down my favorite thing they've ever done with this show. The detail in this app, like it gave details about the exact brands of clothes they were wearing, or did you know, like little things like that. I'm like, this is so cool. And obviously it was a lot of work, and I don't know why it only went for one season, but I thought it was the best thing they ever did.
Yeah, I agree. Like, even if I didn't have direct access to it, like stuff people posted about it, I was like, oh, I love this.
Yes.
And then, I've always wanted them to do like commentary on the episodes. So this was kind of like that because
almost, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it was definitely one of my favorites as well. And of course, I love everything that has pictures because I love pictures.
Yeah.
But like,
that's my hope. And I mean, it's very low at this point. I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but I miss the blogs. The Thursday before a new episode, I want detail. I want pictures. I don't want one picture and 2 sentences. Like, and I'm not asking to fill the whole season, but give us some behind the scenes stuff. Give us something. Like, keep them intrigued and coming back, because I don't know what's happening to it now, but it's not very good.
Yeah, and it's not that they don't have those still photographs, because they do. Because Up TV is posting them now that they're airing.
Right.
And I'm like, why weren't these posted when it was airing in Canada? The country it's originally from.
Correct. Yes. We barely have any stills from season 14.
Yeah. So
like any.
These days it's like, I don't even remember. Like,
well,
it's Thursday. Like,
yeah, let's look at the same picture again, because the beginning of season 14, that picture with Amber and Sean at the fishing cabin, by the river there, that they've used that photo multiple times in the blog.
Yeah, and it's always like, well, it's the
shucks, look at that.
Yeah. And like way back, they used to post the stills on the CBC Media Center.
Yes.
But even during season 14, like they stopped after episode 2. So it's like,
well, they probably fired the guy who did that because he leaked the biggest spoiler of all time.
Yeah, who knows?
But I remember when, especially, I remember this in season 8. There was this season 8 episode 12 when Jessica Steen came back after being gone like 4 or 5 episodes, and I complained like in the blog. I was like, oh, there's no picture of, Jack and Lisa, like, boo. And I get a reply like, check the blog again, and there was like 2 of them, and I'm like, this is what we need. Progress.
So, like when season 15 starts, like I hope that if they were trying to keep everything kind of a secret last season, that they're like maybe doing it differently this year.
I think that is what they're doing, and I mean, I don't know how many big spoilers there's going to be in season 15.
Yeah, I mean, the wedding probably.
Right. Exactly. If anything, that's what it's going to be, but I doubt anyone's going to leak that. However, the person who's been posting, this crew member who's been posting lots of photos from set, they have been You know what I mean? Like getting real close. I hope that they don't post anything they're not supposed to, and then they're not gonna allowed to post anymore, and then we don't really post.
Yeah, there's always some crew member who is kind of the hero of the fans, who's giving us this content that we're claiming for.
But this person's posting a lot, so I'm getting nervous that they're gonna get in trouble and we're never gonna see anything.
Yeah, I just keep hoping that they make it through the season because we're so close.
Please. Yeah, we're almost there.
But I love that they keep doing the like first looks for the episodes, and I hope that they keep doing that with season 15 as well.
I mean, to be quite frank, I would prefer a very informative blog with lots of pictures as opposed to the first look, in my opinion, because I feel like there's more of a surprise to it if you don't get to see any of it. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me.
And even with like spoilery stills, even if they can't post those at the time, you know, there's this off-season period that they need to post something. Like use that to post those things like you used to.
Yeah, like all we really ask for is pictures, like new pictures. I don't care from season 1 to 14. Give us some new pictures we haven't seen before. Yeah. It's freaking Christmas when that happens. I love that. Give us a whole blog of pictures you've never posted before. Perfect. That's all. You don't even have to write anything. Just do a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, and just say like, have a good weekend. Like, see you later.
Happy Thursday. See you next Thursday. That's all I gotta write.
And we're like, this is the best blog ever.
Yeah. Like I would lose it. Yeah. That would just be the coolest. I love because they have, and I know this for certain, they have so many pictures. Yeah. So many pictures, especially like the behind the scenes ones. I would love to see those.
Yeah. And sometimes they've been like, I went down to the archives, however you say
archives,
that. Archives, and then found these pictures, and I'm like, give us more. Like, there's this stuff. Like, I haven't seen this.
Do you remember? And I, for the life of me, can't remember what year this was. And I don't remember who was running the blog at this point, but they had made a Jack and Lisa blog out of nowhere. And there was like 10 never before seen pictures. And it was so random. They never did a Ty and Amy blog. They never did like a Georgie and Adam blog or whatever kind of couple. They never did that. They only did it for Jack and Lisa. And it was so random. Like out of nowhere. They're like, Thursday, here's a Jack and Lisa blog.
Wasn't it like Jack and Lisa throughout the years or something?
Yes.
From season 1, from season 2, and something like that.
And it was pictures never seen before for the most part. I think there was like 1 or 2 maybe I had seen before.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'd never seen them before, and it was just so random.
I don't think it was even that long ago.
I don't
like
think
maybe a couple of years
I'm thinking
ago?
like season 12. No.
Well, something
maybe, I think
that.
season 12 time.
Yeah. But
It
like
wasn't 13.
I don't know. I get pretty happy with like just from pictures like that.
Yeah. We don't ask for much around here.
We're easy to please, so.
We are.
Yeah, but, you know, we'll see what happens with season 15. But I hope that since, you know, kind of the cat's out of the bag, it's back to the basics or something.
Right.
Because there's a still photographer on the set. Like, we've seen pictures of them. So it's like, who's that?
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, they have to do stills photography for. Yeah. That's just what every show has. You have to have one.
Yeah, it's for promotional purposes.
Exactly. Yeah. Why is my flashlight on? Sorry, guys. There we go. It's blinding me.
You're flashing?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm flashing you today.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put a warning at the beginning of this episode for nudity.
It's like the running naked in desert or whatever.
Naked and doing drugs in the desert.
Yeah. You're back
I would like
to flashing.
To personally thank Jessica Steen for giving me that quote because it will stay in my Instagram bio till the day I die.
Yeah, and I think it's one of our most watched episodes.
It is one of our most watched episodes, and I don't know why. It's got to be the title.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean...
And that wasn't even like clickbait or anything because that's
it
what we're talking about.
It wasn't. I feel like it was like in that particular episode, it was kind of like not want to say the most important, but to me it was like my favorite thing to talk about. So I'm like, let's make it the title.
Yeah, well, it's a good title, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that's it for this week.
That's all she wrote for today. I think this is going to be a nice, lengthy episode.
Yeah.
It's got good stuff in it.
I mean, we're celebrating 20 episodes, so
20 episodes. Oh my gosh. So we started this in March. We
Yeah.
started this like, I think it was like a couple days after my birthday, so it would have been March. And we're in
Yeah.
August now. That's crazy.
Yeah, and who knows how long we'll go. And
I know.
speaking of like posting and doing podcasts, like
Right.
I wonder what day Aiden will post the podcast.
Right.
Like, do we have competition?
No kidding, right? Oh my god. Oh man. I mean, it would be okay, so it would be really cool if we could have like celebrity guests on. I doubt they would do it though.
Yeah.
They would be like, who are these people? How
Yeah,
many
like-
views do you get? Like
Yeah, like,
50? Oh. Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
really talked about Heartland for this long. Like, who's listening?
Right? Something's wrong with you guys if this is what you do spending your Saturdays. But
Yeah.
there's something wrong with us too, for this is what we do in our spare time.
Yeah, and we love you for listening because this is just
Yes, we do. We get to, and honestly, even if people didn't listen, I feel like I would still do this because it's just so much fun to talk
Yeah.
about what I love the most with one of my favorite people in the world. So it's like, thanks for listening so that we get to do this.
Yeah.
Not like it matters, we do it anyways,
Yeah,
but thank you
but
so much. for
it's nice
listening.
that you're attacking along.
Yes, and we would really love to join in on conversation with more fans. So especially with season 15 coming up, I'm excited and I want to see and hear everybody else's responses to it. So
Yeah, we're gonna take a different like approach to episodes
Yes.
when the new season starts airing because there's more content and more to react to and just like this overall buzz around the show.
and by that time we are going to like record some of our reactions to really important episodes. So that will be some sort of like bonus feature that we're gonna do. But
Yeah.
until then, as of Saturday, 71 days until.
Is your math correct this
Yes.
time?
That's what I was doing on here. Where is it? So I have it on here. So it's 75 days as of today, but like today's Tuesday. So I hope my math's correct that it's 71 days.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here counting on my fingers like a dummy, but that's what I have to do. I think it's 71 days.
Getting close now.
Yes, we are. We are, but we aren't.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it was fun to be back, and
it's so nice to have you back.
yeah, who knows what we're going to talk about next week?
I know we don't have a theme for next week yet, so
We'll figure
see
it
how
out.
it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be some entertaining stuff happening this week, and maybe like a blog that we can talk about or
Yeah,
something. Even if they would release like a poster or like a new still or something, it doesn't even have to be important. It would
Yeah,
just be
like
nice to have new content.
some weeks ago, they posted these pictures from the set with Amber and one of the twins with the horse, who
Right.
is Shadow, and it was
Right.
like I was like, "Whoa, this is really happening!" Like,
Yeah.
we're actually
Oh,
getting
yeah.
some new stuff.
Did you just see me use
Yeah.
my headphones?
Like
Well,
that's
we get-
what happens when
Right. We get more of these photos and updates from the cast and crew's Instagram.
Yeah, but we're
And-
already like following them, so
Yeah. That's
no need to
That's
double
already-
down it.
yeah. Absolutely.
But I guess until next week. And you did well last week, but I'm glad to say that this week I'll be reminding you to keep your noses clean.
And I am here to tell you to keep your powder dry.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.